Mingla and welcome to Myanmar Myanmar Today. I'm Michelle with the recent news and reports from around Myanmar. Thora Sazin got the latest report on second Amyotha Hluttaw. 16 regular sections conclude with questions, bills, and bylaw discussions. Agajo will give us all the details on Beijing relaxed outbound travel rules at COVID-19 case drop. Pyodaridu has the detail on Yangon Circular Railway set out with only 1/3 of normal operation. Thora Susan will have the full story on rainfall and water level situations in July, the middle of the rainy season. All of these reports will be coming up on Myanmar Today, but for now, let's take a look at what's happening in local news. According to Myanmar Police Station, a fresh batch of 41 Myanmar nationals who returned from neighboring countries through border towns arrived in Myanmar region on Sunday morning. Myanmar District Stadium received the returnees from the Rakhine State. The 41 returnees work at the paper factories, clothing factories, pineapple factories, and construction sites in border towns. After being kept temporarily at the Myanmar District Stadium, the police officer led by Myanmar Police Station, Police Captain Min Zaw, and officials make arrangements to help them go home. The returnees were transported back to Rakhine State via Myanmar and Sidui Road. Before departure, the returnee received the medical checks. From Myanmar, a total of 5,008 returnees were transported back to the Rakhine State between 5th May and 5th July this year. Preparations for COVID-19 preventive measures at the remarkable places in Pyongyang were inspected by the Regional Tourism Committee and in the weekends. The new destination will be implemented depending on the townships in the Mandalay region in the COVID-19 post-period for development of tourism industry. The regional minister for Planning and Finance Mandalay region said, quote, "We observe the places which are more effective to implement new destinations after COVID-19 period to boost the tourism industry and how we can give good satisfaction to the local and foreign visitors through tourism service. By doing so, we can increase again declining business." End quote. The director of the Directorate of Hotels and Tourism Mandalay region said, quote, "We are drafting new destination program for tourism promotion. We are implementing for the development of tourism industry in cooperation with related regions and states. After attracting the domestic visitors, we will carry out for foreign visitors step by step." End quote. Apart from inspections of remarkable places in Pyongyang, officials observed conducting hotel guest list management system, course as Hotel Mimyo, hotels that have been allowed reopening in line with the COVID-19 instructions, and also presented recognizing certificates. Myanmar nationals continue to return from China through border gates, including Chinshui Hall. Under the supervision of Chinshui Hall Township COVID-19 Prevention, Control and Treatment Committee, authorities have been transporting the returnees to Lashio to help them return to respective states and regions. On Sunday, 57 returnees were reported to the Lashio. The number of people who returned from China through Chinshui Hall Township since the 30th of April is 12,832, according to the Information and Public Relations Department. Myanmar nationals continue to return from Thailand. On the 5th of July, 728 persons returned through the number 2 Thai-Myanmar Friendship Bridge on Myawaddy of Kayin State, Information and Public Relations Department reported. Officials checked their health conditions and fulfilled their requirements. The returnees are 417 men and 311 women from different regions and states. So far, a total of 41,088 Myanmar nationals have returned from Thailand through border crossing since the 1st of May. All the returnees are put into 21-day quarantine as part of the COVID-19 preventive measures. That's all with the local news. Now we'll move on to our first report. During the 6th meeting of the second Amyotha Hluttaw 16 regular sections, it was successful to raise 43 asterisk questions and 131 questions without asterisks. Hluttaw election bylaws were approved, and 3 bills were submitted and discussed. The 17 regular sections of the second Amyotha Hluttaw is to start again on 13 July. The second Amyotha Hluttaw concluded the 16th regular session, which was held from the 18th of May to the 1st of June. At the sit meetings held during the 16th regular session, Amyotha Hluttaw discussed the questions, bills, and bylaws. 43 asterisk questions and 131 questions without asterisk were raised by the Amyotha Hluttaw representatives, and the relevant union-level institution members responded to the questions. The Amyotha Hluttaw approved the Fifth Amendment regulations of Pidu Hluttaw Election Bylaw, Amyotha Hluttaw Election Bylaw, and Region and State Hluttaw's Election Bylaw. The bill on the government's procurement and selling of property was submitted, and with the discussions by the Hluttaw representatives, they were sent back to the Bill Committee of Amyotha Hluttaw. After being passed by the Pidu Hluttaw, Amyotha Hluttaw discussed Bill on microfinance, as well as the Amendment Bill on protection of individual freedom and personal safety of citizens. The discussions were also sent back to the Bill Committee.
These are The
reason of submitting the bill on protection of individual freedom and personal safety of the citizens is that in Section 10 it is said that whosoever is found guilty of committing an offense under Section 7 or Section 8 shall be sentenced for at least 6 months and up to 3 years and have to pay a fine. However, since this provision cannot be billed, anyone who is complained to commit an offense is to be arrested before finding guilty or not. Even though a citizen is wrongly reported, he or she cannot be billed, and the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee of the Pidu Hluttaw said this can affect the rights of a citizen. The Hluttaw representatives discussed that since it is the law concerned with the citizens, the amendment bill should be included the definition and meaning of the words mentioned in the provisions so that the citizens can well understand the law. The discussions were submitted to the Bill Committee again to be reviewed. The Amyotha Hluttaw is to continue the discussions on the coming regular meetings of the 17th regular session for the benefits of the citizens. Nohlalaso, Amyotha Hluttaw representative from Yangon Region Constituency 10, talked about what she is going to discuss in the coming regular meetings.
The bill on protection and prevention of violence against women has finally arrived at Hluttaw. This bill has been developed even before I was a Hluttaw representative, so I will focus on this bill to perform the law protecting women's rights during this Hluttaw section. I raised questions and had discussions concerning about my constituency as well as about women and children. As Hluttaw representative, I could represent the voices of citizens as well as performing the rights of citizens. So I'm satisfied with the performance of the Hluttaw session.
Amyotha Hluttaw Speaker Win Khai then called for the 17th regular session of the second Amyotha Hluttaw to be held on the 13th of July. Reported by Dora Susan from Myanmar International Radio.
That's the report on second Amyotha Hluttaw 16 regular sections, concludes with questions, bills, and bylaw discussions. Beijing has been seeing a drop in COVID-19 infections. One locally transmitted COVID-19 case was reported in Beijing on Sunday, marking the 8th consecutive day of the city had seen a single-digit increase in cases. The Chinese capital has since relaxed outbound travel restrictions. The report covered the Beijing move to ease the outbound travel rules as well as the COVID-19 drop, the situation in Beijing as well as an update on the confirmed cases in China and around the world. Agacho has more.
Beijing has been seeing a drop in COVID-19 infections. Local authorities reported only one new case Friday. The Chinese capital has since relaxed outbound travel restrictions. Most residents no longer need to present a negative COVID-19 test result to leave the city. Amyotha Hluttaw, China Media Group CRI Myanmar Department, explained more on the relaxed measures of outbound travel.
အစိုးရကတော့လေယောဂကူးစက်မှုရောကြလာတဲ့အများနိုင်ငံတကာခီးစဉ်တွေအတွက်အရင်ကသတ်မှတ်ထားတဲ့စီးမင်းစည်းကမ်းတွေကိုအတက်နိုင်ဆုံးဖြေလျှော့ပေးမှာဖြစ်တယ်လို့တနိုင်ငံနဲ့တနိုင်ငံပေါ့နော်ခီးစဉ်တွေပြန်လည်ပြီးဆွဲဖို့အတက်နိုင်ဆုံးလှုံ့ဆော်ပေးမယ်လို့ပြောထားတာရှိပါတယ်။ COVID-19 ရောဂါရှာဖွေမှုနဲ့ပတ်သက်ရင်တော့နိုင်ငံတကာလေးစိတ်တွေမှာကိုပူချိန်တိုင်းစက်ရုပ်တွေကအစားထားပြီးတော့ပေါ့နော်ဝင်ရောက်လာတဲ့ခီးသည်တွေမှာ COVID-19 ကူးစက်ခံရသူရှိမရှိအထူးပြုရှာဖွေလျက်ရှိပါတယ်။
One locally transmitted COVID-19 case was reported in Beijing on Sunday, marking the 8th consecutive day the city has seen a single-digit increase in cases. The infection total has risen to 335 since the 11th of June, when the first case from the Shinfati market cluster was detected. Sunday's new case was registered in Fangdai district. Beijing's Municipal Health Commission said on patient recovered and discharged from hospital on Sunday, taking total number of recoveries to 11. An asymptomatic case was also found in the past 24 hours. So far, 30 asymptomatic cases are under medical observation. Amyotha Hluttaw continued to elaborate the public health measures being enforced in Beijing for the time being.
အခုလက်တလုံးမှာတော့ဘေကျင်းမှာလည်း COVID-19 ရောဂါကူးစက်ခံရသူအသစ်တွေ့ရှိမှုပြန်ရှိလာလို့ခီးသွွာလာမှုများတဲ့နေရာတွေမှာတင်းကျပ်တဲ့စစ်ဆေးမှုတွေပြန်လည်လှုံ့ဆော်နေပါတယ်။အထူးသဖြင့်ဒီယောဂစတင်ဖြစ်ပွားဒေသတွေကိုတင်းကျပ်စွာယောဂရှာဖွေခြင်းနည်းနဲ့လှုံ့ဆော်နေတာတွေ့ရပါတယ်။အခုလက်ရှိဘေကျင်းနေထားတော့ပုံမှန်အတိုင်းသွာလာနေတဲ့ဆိုပေမဲ့လူများမလိုအပ်ပဲအပြည့်မထွက်ပဲနေတာတွေကိုသူတို့ဘာသာလှုံ့ဆော်ကြသလိုတာဝန်ရှိသူတွေကလည်းမလိုအပ်ပဲအပြည့်မထွက်ဖို့မိမိအိမ်မှာတည်ချနေဖို့သတိပေးထားရရှိပါတယ်။စီရီမှာတော့QR code တွေနဲ့ scan ဖတ်ပြီးမှယောဂကင်းရှင်းကြောင်းအန်ရရှိနေရာတွေကိုမသွားထားကြောင်းစသဖြင့်ပေါ့နော်စစ်ဆေးမှုရလက်ပြပြီးမှဝင်ထွက်ခွင့်ရှိပါတယ်။ယောဂထိန်းချုပ်မှုအနေထားတော့နေ့စဉ်ကူးစက်ယောဂအသစ်ကူးစက်ခံရသူဦးရေပေါ့နော်9ရက်ဇက်တိုက်10ဦးထက်မများတာကိုလည်းအခုလက်ရှိတွေ့ရပါတယ်ရှင်။
There are now over 11.3 million confirmed COVID-19 cases globally, with over 533,000 fatalities and more than 6.1 million recoveries, according to the latest tally from Johns Hopkins University. The Chinese mainland has a total of 83,557 COVID-19 cases. 109 asymptomatic patients are under medical observation. Its death toll stands at 4,648. Beijing reported one new domestically transmitted case on Sunday, the 8th consecutive day the city has seen a single-digit increase in cases. The Chinese capital has seen a total of 335 local infections since the 11th of June. The U.S. has reported over 2.8 million confirmed cases and at least 129,000 deaths. Peru on Sunday jumped past a total of 300,000 confirmed cases, which now stands as the 5th highest in the world. This is Agajo reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on Beijing relaxed outbound travel rules as COVID-19 cases drop. Stay with us as we bring you more reports on Myanmar Today. Comparing with the normal operations before COVID-19 outbreak, only 1/3 of Yangon Circular Railway is operational. Myanmar Railway MR is serving the transport service to the public by strictly following the healthcare guidelines to prevent and control the spread of the COVID-19. The Yangon Circular Railway is currently providing 54 runs a day, with 17,000 passengers for the weekdays and 15,000 passengers for the weekends.
The Yangon Circular Railway is currently providing 54 runs a day with 17,000 passengers for the weekdays and 15,000 passengers for the weekends. The increase or decrease in circular runs and number of trains for city circular service depends on the government's relaxation of the restriction as to the COVID-19. According to Uzalne, Deputy General Manager, Traffic, Number 7 Division, Yangon, enter Myanmar Railways, Emma. Before COVID-19 outbreak, the Yangon Circular Railway operated 168 circular runs a day with the use of a total of 21 trains carrying about 50,000 passengers. Uzolin, Deputy General Manager, Traffic, Number 7 Division, Yangon, and Myanmar Railways, said,
COVID-19 ရောဂါဖြစ်ပွားမှုမတိုင်ခင်ရဲ့အခြေအနေနဲ့နှိုင်းယှဉ်မယ်ဆိုရင်တော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ကသုံးပုံတစ်ပုံလောက်ပဲရှိသေးတယ်ဆိုတဲ့သဘောပေါ့နော်
If we compare with the normal operation before COVID-19 outbreak, only 1/3 of the Yangon Circular Railway is operational. Myanmar Railways (MR) is serving the transport service to the public by strictly following the healthcare guidelines to prevent and control the spread of COVID-19. We've arranged for the social distancing rules the passengers will have to follow in times of buying the tickets and waiting the upcoming trains. We also check the body temperature, and then the passengers have to wear the face masks. We're not allowed to take the trains without wearing a mask. That's why all the passengers can take the circular trains of Yangon Circular Railway safely till now.
The Myanmar Railways MR has also expanded its rush hour train service of the Yangon Circular Railway since 18 May. 3 circular trains will be added to the Yangon Circular Railway for rush hours, and all circular trains, including 3 more trains, will provide 40 runs a day. The expansion of rush hours train services of the Yangon Circular Railway has been arranged to meet the social distancing guidelines issued by Ministry of Health and Sports. Uche is a passenger from Yangon Township, and he said,
ကျွန်တော်ကရထားစီးတာသဘောကျပါတယ်ဘာလို့လဲဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်ခီးတက်တောင်တက်တာနဲ့ကျွန်တော်
Though I don't take the trains daily, I always choose the trains whenever I have to go outside. I prefer taking the trains for transportation as it is more comfortable for the passengers. The passengers, including me, are really thankful for upgrading the stations and the railway tracks by Myanmar Railways. During this time, the passengers should take special care for preventive measures of health. We frequently see that the train workers are spraying the trains in segment by segment with pesticides. Some passengers are not well disciplined while taking the trains. I am a bit worried about that. I want to suggest them to take the preventive guidelines for health strictly.
Myanmar Railways MR is cooperating with Japan to upgrade the roadbed, railway tracks, engineering structure, and railway signals of Yangon Circular Railway. The upgraded Yangon Circular Railway will reduce the traveling time by an hour, while one circular run of the city is estimated to take 110 minutes currently. The entire project commenced in 2018 is expected to be complete in 2022. Yangon Circular Railway, operated by Myanmar Railways, has become the local commuter rail network serving Yangon metropolitan area. And it is the cheapest method of transportation in Yangon, connecting about 40 stations with satellite towns and suburban area to the city. Yangon Circular Railway was built during colonial times by the British. In July 2011, the Ministry of Rail Transportation announced that it intended the Yangon Circular Railway to be privatized. I am Amyotha. This is news reporting from MI Radio.
That's a report on Yangon Circular Railway set out only the 1/3 of normal operation. Because of the heavy rain in the upper Myanmar during the beginning week of July, there is a water level rises of some rivers. However, it has not reached the danger level. According to the water level forecast by the Department of Meteorology and Hydrology, the water level from some of the rivers can reach the danger level once at the end of July, if the monsoon keeps strong and rain pour hard.
According to the monthly weather forecast for July released by the Department of Meteorology and Hydrology, rain or thundershower will be expected above normal in Abasakai region and Chin State, below normal in Kayin and Mon states, and averagely normal in the remaining states and regions, including Nepido. At the beginning week of July, there has been heavy rain in the upper part of Myanmar. According to the daily weather forecast released in the morning of the 6th of July, Rakhine State may face with the likelihood of regionally heavy falls, and isolated heavy falls may occur in Upper Zakai region and Kachin State with about 80% degree of certainty. Through a phone interview, Dr. Zomo, Director General of the Department of Meteorology and Hydrology, said.
This is the time of river water level rising. At the upper part of Myanmar, there has been the heavy rain, so the water level from Ayabri River is rising. At the towns along the Ayabri River's coast, the floods are occurring, but it has not reached the danger level. This is the same matter for the other large rivers in Myanmar. The flood still cannot reach the danger level. For Bago River, because of the period of tide changes, there has been rise and fall of water level in Bago during these days. At present, this is the beginning of July, so that we predict if the rain continues pouring hard, the water level of some rivers can reach the danger level for once at the end of July.
For next couple of days, the monsoon is likely to be weak. That can lead to the lesser rainfall, resulting in water level falling. Beyond the 10th of July, the monsoon can be stronger again, which can cause heavy rainfall. Uchijo, a meteorologist, said.
In Myanmar, July and August are the months when the floods occur. During the middle of rainy season, July and August, the water level of some rivers may reach danger level for twice. Flooding is because of the heavy rain in Upper Myanmar. This year, the rainfall is about normal so that there may not be serious flood. Water level can rise as usual during the seasonal months of July and August. One thing necessary to be noticed is that in the urban areas and the mountainous areas, which are not the areas across the coast of any rivers, there may be flash flood because of heavy rainfall. This can cause landslide or drains can be damaged.
According to the monthly water level forecast by the Department of Meteorology and Hydrology, during the month of July, the water levels may rise averagely about 8 to 12 feet at the towns of Ayawadi River, 10 to 15 feet at the towns of Chindrin River, about 5 to 7 feet at towns of Sitang River, and about 5 to 7 feet at Pa'an of Danlwin River.
For Ayardu and Chindrin rivers, the water level is rising more than that of the previous year. During the last year, there was lesser rainfall in the upper part of Myanmar, and also lesser water flowing into dams occurred. But this year, along with the more rainfall at the upper Myanmar, the water level may rise more than that of last year. For Bago, Dangu, Danlwin, and Sidang rivers, starting from the mid of July of the last year, there was heavy rain, so the water level rose at the end of July.
According to the Department of Meteorology and Hydrology, in July it is predicted that rainy days will be expected to 21 to 26 days in Abasakai, Bago, Yangon, Ayawadi, and Tanindai regions, Kachin, Southern Shan, Chin, Rakhine, Kayin, and Mon states. 15 to 20 days in Nepido, Mandalay region, Northern and Eastern Shan and Gaya states, and 9 to 14 days in Lower Sakai and Magui regions. That's all about the rainfall and water level situations in July, which is the middle of rainy season.
That's a report on rainfall and water level situations in July, the middle of the rainy season.
And that's all we have for today's report, and it's time to check on some international news here on Myanmar Today. According to statements of HKSAR governments, the Committee for the Safeguarding National Security of Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, HKSAR, convened its first meeting on Monday. All the committee members attended the meeting, including its chair, Carrie Lam, who is also the chief executive of HKSAR. The National Security Advisor to the committee, appointed by the central government, said on the meeting, "The committee was established on July 3rd in accordance with the stipulations of the laws of the People's Republic of China on safeguarding national security in the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region." Australian officials are closing the border between Australia's two most populous states from Tuesday for an indefinite period as they scramble to contain an outbreak of the coronavirus in the city of Melbourne. The decisions announced on Monday marks the first time the border between Victoria and New South Wales have been shut in 100 years. Officials last blocked movements between the two states in 1919 during the Spanish flu pandemic. The number of COVID-19 cases in Melbourne, Victoria's capital, has surged in recent days, prompting authorities to enforce strict social distancing orders in 30 suburbs and put 9 public housing towers into complete lockdown. The move will, however, likely to be blow to Australia's economic recoveries as it has into the first recessions in nearly 3 decades. Victoria's only other internal border with the South Australia state is already closed.
Concern over what's happening in Victoria, and specifically Melbourne, is beginning to impact other parts of the country, including here in New South Wales. Officials have made the decision to close the border between New South Wales and Victoria because of the growing number of community transmission cases. Now, that'll be a bit of a logistical nightmare given the number of crossings that exist between the two states. Health officials have confirmed 127 new cases in Victoria in the last 24 hours and the death of a man in his 90s. Several suburbs in Melbourne remain in lockdown, as well as 9 public housing towers, now home to around 3,000 people, where the number of new cases continues to grow. In fact, health officials compare the potential for the virus to spread in those towers with what we've seen on cruise ships, and that has many people there very, very concerned. In fact, the goal now is to test as many people as possible to get a sense of just how widespread these outbreaks are and to try to do whatever is necessary to attempt to contain them. Greg Navarro, CGTN, Sydney.
China's ambassador has said Hong Kong's new security law has been misunderstood and miscommunicated in the UK. Liu Xiaoming said at a press conference the policy was introduced in response to the needs of the city, which has lacked a framework to tackle elements intent on causing the childhood disruption. The national security law was implemented in Hong Kong on 30 June to address the offense of secessionism, subversions, terrorism, and colluding with a foreign power. Liu said, quote, "After the law was adopted, British media carried massive reports and comments, which, to be frank, are full of the misinterpretations, misunderstanding, and even distortion." End quote.
National security law fully integrates the comprehensive jurisdiction of the central government and the high degree of autonomy enjoyed by Hong Kong SAR. It does not alter the current capitalist system in Hong Kong. It does not change the high degree of autonomy and legal system in the SAR. It does not affect Hong Kong's administrative, legislative, or independent judicial power, including that of final adjudication.
And that's all we have for today. Thanks for joining me on Myanmar Today. I'm an intern, Anka Michelle. Have a good day. Until next time.